Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expected, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. Basically, that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning, everyone. Hey. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Happy Saturday morning. Did everybody have a good week? Welcome. Y'all come on in. Hope everyone is well. Sorry, as soon as I went to go live, my TV was doing something funky. I don't know what's going on. Like I was watching TV and then all of a sudden it just started, I don't know. Started acting funky. It's not the TV, it's this receiver. I don't know what. I might have to call DirecTV and get a new receiver. It's been really acting funky lately. But this receiver really isn't that old. So I'm like, y'all need to get y'all technology in order, because this receiver is really not that old. All right, let me say hi to the people. And then we're going to get into it because I don't know what's going on with that. All right. Hey, Corey, what's up, Quake? Baby Blue Prada Shoes. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, boo. Chuck, hey. What's up, Tan? Shan. What up, Don? Hey, boo. Xavier, the Informed. Chuck. Oh, I already said Chuck. Lock Queen. What's going on? Hey, Itty Bitty. Hey, boo. Lady of Virtue. Hey. Majani, lovely Nola. How y'all doing? Tawana. Sierra said, listening, but I'm cleaning that. That's right. That's what we were taught. Listen, I know you younger than me, Sierra, but baby, Saturday morning was the time to clean. Now, I should have got my butt up and cleaned up, but I didn't. I'm going to just tell y'all the truth. I ain't cleaned nothing this morning, but I should have. Oh, I should have. I got clothes everywhere upstairs. Auntie Eva, Uncle Jay. Hey, Marcus. You cleaning up today, too? See, this, I know y'all. See, I can tell y'all was raised in a good black household. What's going on? Lisa Mack. Kelly Price said, she claims these folks going to lose their job to DEI. Well, ma'am, they won't be able to pay. See, what you talking about? What you talking about, Don? I know Kelly Price had one of her little rants earlier this week, but I don't know what you're talking about with DEI. Tell me what you're talking about. What's up, Terica? Hey, Nate, what's up, boo? Cajun. Alexis, what's going on? What's up, KDK? Mia J, and thank you for being a member for 55 months. Look at you. Yes. Thank you for being a member for 55 months. Hey, Felicia, little baby. Yeah, Xavier, get him together. Ain't nobody doing. We first of all, we already told y'all there wasn't going to be a Beyond the Gates this week. All right, moving right along. If you want to hear our recap on those episodes, go back and watch that recap. We did, what was that? I think that they showed the episodes this week from the anniversary party. You can go find those recaps. Okay. Sleepless in New York. DEI hires up cleaning. Yes. What's up, Diva Law? Hey, boo. Little baby. Cindy, what's going on? Oh, that's what she said in her rant. She said, okay, hold on. I'm going to have to go back up and see what she said. Hey, Cheryl. Sonara, what's up? See, it's certain people that when they get the rant and raving, I just don't pay them no whole lot of attention. You said that she said something about the DEI hire. Hold on, let me go back up and see what Kelly Price said. She claims these folk going to lose their job. What folk? Oh, the black women, because she said black women are the problem, and black women are so nasty. The black women. I be so sick of people. Kelly Price. Hey, girl. Kelly, hey girl. Let me tell you something. Pot meat kettle. Because I remember you from R&B Divas LA. And I remember how your ass was acting and how you treated Shantae Moore and them. And hell, how you even talked to your own husband on camera. Girl, I remember that. So all this, black women are so negative and black women are so nasty and black women. I remember black women was out here sounding the alarm looking for your ass when you went missing during COVID, okay? I remember black women was out here looking for you and putting it all out on social media that you was missing, that your sister said she ain't talked to you, and the last time she talked to you, you had the COVID, and she was making sure you was okay. So, girl, don't start with what black women do and black women don't do. Go sit down somewhere. Some people are just, listen, some people are just not good people. Kelly Price has a nasty disposition. And I think, I've said this to you guys before, I think a lot of times we, and I say we because I'll include myself in this, I think sometimes we get caught up in people who have talent and we equate talent to being a good person. And it's not always, that is not the same thing. Somebody that has talent doesn't make them a good person, a nice person, a sweet person, a respectful person. It just doesn't. And when people get fame and when people get money, I think it just accents what's already there. Do I think that money and fame can make people maybe bring, I think it just brings up what's already there. How many of us have worked with somebody making the same amount of money we make it and they nasty? Rich doesn't make you a nasty person. I think rich bubbles up what's already there. And I think when you have money, you feel less inclined to pretend. But I don't think that people become nasty just because they get money. I think we meet people in our everyday life that are nasty people. Now, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Perfect example, Brian McKnight. Not a nice guy. He is not a nice person. But we know, I'm sure that if we ask ourselves, we know a Brian McKnight in our life, whether it's a family member, a co-worker, a friend of a friend of a friend. We know a Brian McKnight in our life that has a situation where he remarries and doesn't F with his original family. I shouldn't say original family, but y'all know what I'm saying. Her husband might be cheating on her. Whose husband, Elizabeth? Kelly Price ain't married. And did she remarry that man? She was talking about them trolls in the comments. She was talking about black women being nasty to her in her comments. That's what she's talking about. She wasn't saying, I mean, from my understanding, that's who she was going off on. I'll be honest with y'all. I saw the headlines. I saw other bloggers talking about it. I listened to some other people's videos and I went on about my day. I don't entertain myself with people like, I cannot. Baby, after Kelly Price cussed us out when we was looking for her, when her sister said the last time she talked to her was when she was sick with the COVID. The last time, I know you fine, Elizabeth. Sometimes y'all talk in the chat, and I don't know if you're talking in the chat or you talking about what I'm saying. You good. But I ain't paying no attention to Kelly Price since she told us to mind our business. I said, you ain't got to tell me twice. Okay. And then I think I might have talked about her when she went down to that Hertz rent a car and cut some people out down to the Hertz and told them that she was a gold member and how dare they treat her like that. Listen, like I said, some people just are not good people. And then come to find out she was wrong. She mad at them because they had the audacity to want her to return a fucking car that she rented. Like, really be go sit down with your straight razor, Vaseline, and Timberland. Right. She sat down there, showed up like she was about to go to child. What up, Tracy Boo? Yeah, so I don't, Kelly Price told us to mind our business, and that's what I've been doing. I've been minding my business. Baby, I have been minding my business, okay? Not Brian McKnight and Kelly Price recorded a song together too. Yeah, and I told you I used to love me some Brian McKnight. Brian McKnight, I loved. I knew Brian McKnight before a lot of people knew Brian McKnight because I saw Brian McKnight when he was playing. I remember he did a concert at UDC in the UDC auditorium, University of the District of Columbia, in their auditorium. Their auditorium probably only hold a couple of hundred people. And I remember his debut CD, and I remember thinking, "Oh my gosh, that man is! I love it." And I had been past tense. I had been a fan of his ever since. Okay, and that was, I think, maybe about 6 months later is when he blew up. Loved me so. I told y'all Brian McKnight, his sophomore CD, his second CD got me through. Baby, that thing got me through a breakup in college. Child, sure did. I should tear that CD up. But he's not a nice person. I'm just going to ignore Cajun. Moving right along. Kelly Price tried to excuse away Diddy behavior after the video from the hotel hallway came out. She's just no bueno. Listen. I said this to y'all before. Pay attention to how many female artists that we know worked closely with Diddy that either didn't speak up at all, or when they did speak, they said something nice. Just pay attention. Either they didn't say nothing at all, or when they spoke, they tried to, oh no, Diddy's not, oh no, that's not my experience. Oh no. Pay attention. Right. She defended R. Kelly too, child. Anyway, moving right along. Can I see? How I'm gonna say this? I just gotta say it plain. And please understand, I'm a big girl, okay? Been a big girl my whole life. What I'm about to say, I'm speaking from experience. Kelly, come here, boo. Baby, come here. Not let them use you. Come here, Kelly. Come here. R. Kelly and Diddy and probably some of the other people in the industry that you worked with didn't attempt to exploit you because you wasn't their type. Can I say it? Was that a nice way of me saying that? Kelly, girl, you wasn't their type. You was the home girl. You was the one that they could chill with and laugh and joke with. Maybe ask to say a prayer for, because we know you a PK. Like, you wasn't their type. And I ain't even saying that to be mean, because it's happened to me. I'm the homegirl in a lot of my friend groups, while my friends are getting hit on all around me. But I'm the homie. I'm the cool one. I'm the funny one. You understand what I'm saying? Because I've been the big girl my whole life. And even though I believe that I am beautiful, I know that everybody ain't everybody's cup of tea. Okay. So at the end of the day, you might not have gotten the same thing that a Cassie got or some of these other women, because you weren't they type. Kelly said herself that the people, listen, Kelly has told her own story about how Diddy didn't want her in the videos. So they may not have tried to sexually exploit you, but the exploitation was happening in other ways. Anyway, I don't even know why Kelly ain't even on my list of people to talk about. Don put her, and I figure out to address it, child. While I'm addressing people, let me just go on and get this one out the way too. Because I know what some of y'all are going to say. Some of y'all are not going, and when I say y'all, I ain't talking about my riders that be in my chat. I'm talking about the people in the comments later after the fact. But some of y'all ain't going to hear what I'm saying. Some of y'all are only going to pay attention and be like, see, that's what I was trying to say last week. One thing about me, and I've told y'all this many times before, I take situations on a case-by-case basis. If something is right, something is right. If something is wrong, something is wrong. And it doesn't always matter to me that the person who did it, probably for the exception would be maybe Trump. I don't know. But I can take situations on a case-by-case basis. It doesn't mean I like a person just because I say, hey, in this situation, the person was done wrong. Case in point is Funky Diva. I don't have nothing for Funky Diva. Y'all know that. I have told y'all that. I don't speak ill about him because I'm not that kind of person. I'm not gonna come down here and drag nobody and make my content. I don't want to get into beefing with bloggers and all that. I don't do that. But if y'all know me, y'all know I don't watch him regularly, and I'm not a fan. Why am I not a fan of Funky Diva? Because of what he did the other night. Now, in the situation with Tamar, I think that Tamar handled it badly and put Funky Diva in a fucked up situation, and the way he chose to defend himself, I didn't have a problem with it. Period. Full stop. I know some people had a problem with it because some people don't like Funky. See, some of y'all allow y'all personal feelings for somebody to cloud a situation. I try not to do that. So can I say that Funky Diva is somebody that I don't agree with most of the time, and I think his point of view on things is fucked up, and I think the way he chooses to express his opinions is fucked up. But at the end of the day, do I think he gives a fuck about my opinion? Absolutely not. And I'm okay with that. But let me say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way, and I'm gonna keep it moving. I don't know what Funky Diva's issue is with people who get their ass up every day and go work go make an honest living for however much money they fucking make. I will never understand where he gets this nasty disposition about people who work an 8-hour job. I understand it wasn't for you. Corporate America was not for you. I get it. You had a corporate job straight out of college. Well, maybe not straight. You got your degree and you were an accountant and it didn't work for you. I get it. But the reality of the situation is this world doesn't work without people doing every fucking job. I ain't made to be a farmer. It ain't the life I choose to live. It ain't how I want to live. I don't want to get up at the crack of dawn, and I don't want to work with the soil. I don't want to get on no tractor. I don't want to milk no cows. I don't want to go get no eggs. I don't want to do nothing that a farm entails. And I'm not even talking about a rural farm. I mean, even these big farms. I don't want to live on a farm. But I would never disrespect people who do it. I have worked retail. I have absolutely no desire to go back and work at a Walmart, a Target, a Lane Bryant, where the job. I've worked at a shoe store before. I have absolutely no desire to go back and do it ever again. If I have to do it, I fucking will. But it is not my desire. But what I also know is that there are people who work their asses off to give you the life that you brag about. See, he came down the other day, and the fucked up thing was, I was actually with him until he got to that part of his video. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Funky Diva came, I believe it was, yesterday was Friday. It was either his Wednesday night or his Thursday night show, where he was basically he really didn't address Tamar. He was addressing the people in the chat. And he was addressing the women, I'm sure it was mostly Black women, who had nasty things to say about him, right? So he proceeded to address them. And that's fine. I address people who say nasty stuff to me. That's great. But then he said, and let me just say this, and I know some of y'all going to have a problem with it, but there is nothing that anybody that goes into, you know what? I'm going to find it. Let me find it. No, I'm not. No, I ain't. He said, there's nothing that anybody that goes into a cubicle and work 8 hours a day that can say anything to me. And then he had a nerve to say for $53,000 a year. Who the fuck is working for $53,000 a year, Diva? I mean, I know there are people that are, but you make it seem like the only people that go to work every day make $53,000 a year. Sir, there are people who work 8-hour corporate jobs and make more than you. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back, because Funky seem to think that just because he make good money coming down on the internet doing YouTube, sir, there are people. There are people that get up and go to an 8-hour job, a corporate job, and make more money than you, sir. Hey, Todd, what's up, boo? And it just irritates me, because see, that's why when people say when I told y'all that Funky added me that time when I said something and then he added back at me, he made the comment, he said anybody that's still teaching or in social or social, it's still, he said anybody that's still a teacher or a social worker is just dumb as hell or stupid as fuck or something, basically. And I said I'm offended by that. I said, as a Black woman who gets up and teaches these kids every day, I'm offended by that. And his response to me, he added me, and his response to me was, girl, bye. If you were offended by that, you chose to be offended. How the fuck did I choose to be offended when you said, if you are a teacher or a social worker, you're dumb as fuck? How did I choose to be offended by that? You didn't say some people. You didn't say if you're in college right now and you choose to go into the profession. You said if you are a teacher or a social worker, you stupid as hell. If I scroll back in my phone far enough, I could probably find exactly what he said, because I'm sure I screenshotted it. I didn't choose to be offended by that, sir. What you said was fucking offensive. Just like what you said the other night was fucking offensive. All jobs make the world go round. And just because you have found a way to make money and provide a good living for yourself that doesn't require you to get up and go into somebody's office every day does not make you better than me. Because God forbid YouTube shut down tomorrow, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. God forbid if YouTube shuts down tomorrow, I'm going to be all right. Will you? And to the people who said he tried to clean it up, no, the fuck he didn't. He didn't clean it up. Absolutely not. He doubled down on it from what I could tell. And again, I don't watch him regularly. I see clips, probably over to the TikTok, or somebody tells me to go watch it. I do not watch him regularly. Right, Mo Walker. I got a paycheck and benefits. Moving right along. I saw what you said, Chuck, about my reviews. Listen, stay tuned. If I don't go out today, I'm going to call my cousin when I get off of here. I might go see my cousin. I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks. I may go see my cousin. But if I don't go out today, y'all are going to get all y'all reviews today. If I do go out today, you'll get something, but it won't be all up. But if I don't go nowhere today, I'm about to lock in. What up, Dama Pro Jim? What's up? And hey, Tata. I saw my boo Tata drop down. That's Ty East, for y'all don't know. That's my nickname. Y'all can't call him Tata. I could call him Tata. But yeah, that's actually where I saw it. Shout out to House of Aaron. Aaron actually did a video, and respect to the House of Aaron, because a lot of people won't pull Funky's coattail. And Aaron has done 2 videos. So shout out to the House of Aaron. And if y'all want to hear what he had to say and hear Aaron's response, y'all go over there and check it out. Somebody do me, one of my mods drop, can y'all drop Aaron's link in the chat for me, please, if y'all not familiar with House of Aaron. But it just pisses me off because he says those things, and it's like, your disdain for the working class is very fucking elitist. Especially for see, maybe I shouldn't go live on Saturday mornings, because I be ready to say stuff that's gonna get me in trouble. Woo, I had to stop that one. That one ain't coming out. Don't even put it in the chat because that one ain't coming out. What I was getting ready to say is not going to come out. But all I'm going to say is when you live in a glass house, you probably shouldn't walk around in your drawers. And on that note, we're going to move it right along. What's Ty? Wait a minute, hold on. What's Ty say? Ty, you gonna be out in them Atlanta streets this weekend? I think you went live this morning. I think I was making some phone calls when you were live this morning. And I know Don was live this morning. Y'all know they be up early doing them early morning lives, honey. Y'all go catch them people. Funky suffers from severe elitism and classism, and he is on a fast track to fuck around and find out. Listen, Thais, you better say it again for the people in the back. For all my YouTubers, Chef Don, Thais, and anybody else that might be in the bushes, I told y'all before, and I don't have no problem telling y'all because it ain't no shame in my game. I ain't got no problem telling y'all. Let me tell y'all something. The money, YouTube done fucked up something in the algorithm, baby, and the money ain't what it was, okay? My money dropped. I don't know about Don or Thais, but I know my money dropped like in June. And I've talked to other YouTubers that I'm friends with. We've had the same conversation. Everybody's money has dropped. And of course, the more money you make, the more money you've lost. I have friends who are YouTubers and their YouTube check has dropped almost $1,000. So whenever YouTube decide to switch up the algorithm and flip the switch and play around, they can do whatever the fuck they want. But let me tell you who can't do what they want. The school district where I work, they can't change up my salary when they feel like it. I bet you they can't. Baby, I just got a raise. Since we talking about 9 to 5, baby, I just got a raise. Okay, we just ratified a new contract, and Mama just got a raise. Now, by the time I hit my paycheck, it's gonna probably be $39.99. But that don't matter. That don't matter. I got me a raise. Okay. But moving right along. Exactly, Don. Listen, multiple streams of income over here. Multiple. I'm just trying to get 1 or 2 of them to equal enough for me to quit my job. Woo! And I've always told you guys, I would love to stay in education. I'm just ready to get out the classroom. I'm just ready to do something else. Yeah. But anyway, moving right along. Since y'all done already got me in the mood, let me hop on over here to Miss KeKe Wyatt. Listen. So KeKe Wyatt's son has come down to social media, and he is taking social media by storm. Okay. He has started Instagram. He started a TikTok. And the reason why I say started, because he may have, you know what, Thais, it does slow down, but I don't know if it's been this drastic, but it does slow down in the summer. You're right. It does. And it usually picks up around the holidays because, thank you. I did hit 19K. Thais, congratulations to Thais. He hit 16K. Shade in the City hit 2K. Jamie, that's me, hit 100K, and I hit 19K. So y'all, listen, y'all still here loving us, and I appreciate it. We'll do a 19K celebration at some point in time, y'all. Lord. Excuse me. Thank you, Baby Blue Prada Shoes said, God can give and take it away. Fuck, you better realize it. And you right. You're absolutely correct. It comes and goes. We'll do a 19K celebration. Maybe, I said this weekend, didn't I? We're going to do one, though. We're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate the 19K, y'all. We are going to celebrate it, though. We're going to celebrate it. We are going to celebrate it. And if y'all didn't catch Thais's 16K, y'all go over there and y'all give him 16. I don't know what the number was, but give him $16 or $60 or $160. Y'all go on over there and bless him. Y'all go over to Shade in the City, get him $2 or $20. You know, something with a 2 in it. And then when we come over here and we do the 19K, we're going to do something with a 9 in it. Okay? All right. Really, I've noticed on my phone that my subscription videos show up constantly, but on my tablet, it's hit or miss. Listen, I told y'all, first of all, y'all go and make sure y'all are still subscribed to the people that y'all think y'all subscribe to, because YouTube be playing games with people's subscriptions. And number 2, make sure that y'all have y'all notifications on, because those tend to act the fool too. Thais said it was 1919. Okay, so when y'all go over to Thais' house, y'all check out his 16K video and y'all bless him with 1919. Or you talking about me? Oh God! As I said it out loud, I said, "Wait a minute, is he talking about me?" Y'all, you would think I had a drink. I ain't had nothing to drink this morning. Let me get my life together. You know, I was reading something and I said, "Oh no, he's talking about." Okay, we're gonna do 19. We're gonna do 1919. Lord have mercy. We're gonna do 1919. Baby, don't worry. Baby, that's what it is. Do I need a drink? Y'all see my Different World t-shirt? One of my coworkers got me. She had this shirt, and I said, "Oh, I want one of those." And she ordered me one. Isn't it cute? Now, Denise, isn't that cute? That's my Different World shirt, child. My students yesterday, because I wore this shirt to work yesterday, and my students said, I know what show that is. That's Living Single. Bless their heart. Bless their heart. Anyway. Yeah, I'm done with Funky. He is verbally abusive in his folks and he talks about his supporters like Kelly Price. Only black women support them and they put them down. Yeah, the majority of his base is black women. So, but anyway, moving right along. I will say this. But yeah, when we do the 19K, we'll do 1919. That's what we'll do. Thank you, Thais. Thank you, boo. We'll do 1919. So look, KeKe Wyatt and her son. Now, her son, the reason why I say I think he started is because when you go to subscribe, he only has like 2 things up there. And then his TikTok is not a lot on his TikTok. So I don't know if he had an account and got rid of it and now he's coming back, or if he never had an account. But he set the internet ablaze yesterday because he made a comment. He did a video where, you know, they say put the finger down if this happened, that happened. So he did one. We said, put a finger down if your mother exploited your cancer diagnosis for attention, and then only to tell you privately that basically being gay was a sin. And if I knew you were going to turn out to be gay, I would have saved my money. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I don't know these people personally. I don't know nothing about these people, but I believe them. I absolutely believe that KeKe Wyatt said it. Now, do I think that KeKe Wyatt said it when she was angry? Do I think that KeKe Wyatt said it because she was in a mood? I don't know, but I believe she said it. Thank you, Diamond Pearl, and kicked it off. Thank you, boo. 1999. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. She said his cancer diagnosis was karma for him being gay. Yes. So now, he put another video. Now he said, listen, he said, ask me some questions. I'll answer the questions. I am, you know, basically he ready to tell it because he said he's going to do some story times and everything else. Basically, I feel like he's ready to tell it. That's how I feel. But when you look at his video, on TikTok, he talks a little bit longer. He answers a few questions. And basically what he said was he has moved out of his mom's house. He said he's been gone for about 6 months now. And he says, I left them. He just says them. So he doesn't say his mother specifically, but he says, I left there. I left them. He said, I've been gone for about 6 months. He said, I have a corporate job. I'm doing my own thing. And he said, I'm much better now. So I don't know if he was dealing with mental health issues. Or if they were asking about his physical because of the cancer. I don't know. But he went on to talk about Hold on, we can listen to a little bit of it. Hold on. Y'all know I really don't like playing people's content, but y'all go subscribe to him. Hold on, I think I saved it on TikTok. I'll let y'all hear his own words. Let me show y'all a video. Here it is right here.
So this is my first official TikTok, I guess. So I'm just still trying to figure this stuff out, trying to figure out how to explain it without boring y'all at the same time. So for starters, I'm doing okay. I have my ups, I have my downs. It's definitely been an emotional roller coaster for me. I've been gone now maybe 6 months, so I still got some stuff that I'm trying to adjust to, and learning how to heal and to grieve all of my experience with them. So if anything, I'm just taking it one day at a time.
So that's why I felt like he said, I'm trying to grieve my experience with them. The fact that he won't say my mom or my family, I find to be interesting as well. And yes, the grandma, he's going to talk about the grandmama in a second. But after hearing, I believe what the grandmama said about him. I mean, I believe what the grandmother, what he said the grandmother said, she said. And I just feel like the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And somebody in the chat says she got a lot because her brothers are gay. But James Caldwell, Spiller Boy TV, did a video yesterday. Y'all go check out his video. He said that. He said, listen, as a gay man growing up, he said, your family will love you and will still be homophobic. Because, yeah, I'm gonna let him tell it. It's not a long video, but he talks about that experience. He said they're not mutually exclusive. Just because your family member might be like, oh, you're my son, I love you. Oh, you're my nephew. Oh, you're my grandma. Oh, you're my brother. And they may have gay friends. We see it with Tamar. Tamar surrounds herself with gay people. That don't mean she doesn't make homophobic statements or is homophobic. So yeah.
Hell no, I can't sing like her. At most, I'm a good shower singer. I carry a little tune, but all that hooting and hollering, can't do none of that. You think I'm handsome?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Melly. Melly said, I'm behind, but I make more teaching than he did at Fox Soul. Remind me, how much did they make at Fox Soul? I know it was 6 figures, but I don't remember the exact amount. Remind me, put it in the chat. Because maybe I do too. Ooh, did I say that?
Thank you. That is so sweet. But honestly,
he's answering a bunch of questions at one time. He's answering a bunch. So like he's responding. So that's why it sounds like, so he's answering like 3 or 4 questions, but now it's getting to the part about his grandmother. 250.
I definitely kept it real light with her. I refused for her to get me out of character and try to paint the narrative that I'm this bad person, when honestly, I was just demanding respect that I was owed. I feel like no matter your age, there's just a common level of respect that you're owed, just as a person, as a human. You can be my grandmother all day, but a true grandmother would not treat their grandchild like that, or anybody like that. So we shouldn't even have that issue in the beginning. And I was not gonna let that old lady get me canceled. You really think that I'm about to let you get me on TV and act a fool unwarranted? We're not doing that. I guess you could say I'm thriving. Once I left, I cut all communication. I started a job in corporate America. I've been doing that and just trying to figure out what makes me happy and not pleasing everyone else around me that could care less about me. So honestly, I'm just trying to enjoy the ride. I feel like she's called us way worse, but...
So somebody asked, did your grandmother call y'all niggas? Because remember, Kiki's mom is white. So the question was, did she ever call y'all the N-word? And that's when he's saying she's called us way worse. So
I'll let you fill in the blank. A lot of the stuff that she has said, I refuse to repeat. that's something that she's got to hold on to and that she's got to do. And she's not going to get another voice to say that. Y'all ask me some more questions. I'm the top.
So if y'all want to subscribe to him on TikTok, his name on TikTok is RAHJAH''KE. But if y'all just search it, if y'all search KeKe Wyatt son or whatever, y'all know it'll come up. So 250, but he didn't have benefits or anything like that. If you factor in my benefits and you factor in all of my, my benefits and my all of that stuff, yeah, I'll probably make more than him too. And you didn't have health benefits, sir. So God forbid you got sick for real, for real. Like for real got sick to the point where you couldn't come down to YouTube and make a video and you don't have no way to pay the doctor. But for the grace of God, go I. Moving right along. Because just like Pam was saying yesterday, people think that $1 million is a lot of money. $1 million ain't a lot of money when you got medical bills and you don't have no money coming in. Million, because they were talking about Angie Stone, which we're going to talk about Angie Stone in a second. But $1 million is not a lot of money. If you are permanently disabled and you don't have no money coming in, that ain't no money. That ain't no live off the rest of your life money. Hell no, it ain't. But moving right along, I digress. So let me say this, KeKe, I believe that boy said everything you said. He said you said. I believe it. I believe your ex-husband, both of them. I mean, I think you got more than two. But the one ex-husband, the one from the reality show that she did last year, he came down and did YouTube and he started talking about all the things that was going on in that house. And he talked about Raja being a brat and Raja taking money and Raja doing certain things. But then on the other hand, he did sort of defend Raja a little bit about that, Raja, they allow Raja to be that person. I saw in the show where it did look like Raja was a little bit bratty. I think I did speak on that. But again, people, he's who y'all let him be. But he has a podcast now? Okay, because I watched a couple of his videos and I honestly, I didn't go back over there. Because I think he was doing ministry or something like that. I don't know. It just didn't hold my attention, if I'm being honest. Now KeKe, in her defense, KeKe has not come down here and spoken. So I don't know what KeKe got to say. I don't know how KeKe feels. She ain't said nothing. But I believe her. I believe there's a lot of issues in that family. I believe there's a lot going on in that family. Okay? I did not mean to start off ranting, okay? I didn't mean to start off ranting. I just remember that he just kept the black sweatpants, that black wife beater, and them slides on in every episode. Like that was his uniform. That's all I remember, child. KeKe needs some therapy. She I don't know. She needs to go to Ayanla or somebody. I don't know. She's from my hometown, Annapolis. Oh, you from Annapolis too? Man, I got friends that live in Annapolis. Too many kids and unhealed wounds. Yeah. I think Raja is the oldest, y'all. I think he might be the oldest. If he's not the oldest, he's in the top 2 or top 3. But I think he's the oldest. He printed out your thumbnail and was waving it around. Don, you be getting these people pissed off. Don be getting these people so mad at him. What you be doing to these people? Lord, they be coming for Don. I don't know what hashtags are you using? Because see, half the time I'm talking about people, they don't find me. I must be using the wrong hashtags because these people don't find me. I must not be using the right hashtags. I don't even know how these people be finding you. Okay, Ralph is the oldest one. Okay, thank you, Sweet Pea. Thank you. So let me say this. I guess the next rant I can go on, and I ain't even gonna rant on this. I'm gonna just say, so baby, Melody done tow up. Ooh, Melody done tow up. the internet this week. Melody from Love and Marriage Huntsville, formerly Love and Marriage Huntsville, she didn't talk the internet because she finally coming down here and telling y'all what's going on with. She's finally talking and telling things that for a long time she didn't speak on. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Don Don. It's time. It's time, Don Don.
I said, close them doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Okay, so he listen. That means that the like button, it's 200 of y'all in here. That means that the like button needs to be hit, please and thank you. It's free 99. It is free 99. And Ty Easton gave us the number today. The number today is 1919. Now I know we haven't done our 19K celebration yet, but it's gonna be 1919 today, and it's gonna be 1919 when we do the 19K celebration. So if you want to support the platform, y'all know you can 1919 in the chat, or you can 1919 on the Cash App. Okay, thank you so much. All right, moving right along. So Melody done told the people all about Martell and you know, physical violence, and that Martell came down. I believe that their harassment case has been resolved, where Martell just has to pay a $300 fine and something else. And then this is how stupid somebody is. This is how you know when somebody's just dumb. Martell goes to the courthouse with the other woman, the woman he was having an affair with the whole time. He was damn near the whole time he was married to Melody. And then he proceeds to harass her outside of the courthouse. Sir, how stupid can you be that you literally just got finished adjudicating? You just got done adjudicating an harassment charge, and you are literally outside of the courthouse harassing the same woman that you just got finished adjudicating harassment. See, y'all can't make this. Thank you. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, my love. Like, listen, Martell is something. We talk about mental health. They need to save a spot on the couch for Martell. Something wrong with him, too. And I know we overuse the word narcissist, but I think it applies in Martell's case. I really think that Martell is a narcissist. And I do think that Martell could get angry enough to get violent. But here's my issue. My issue isn't even what happened between the two of them in their marriage, because at this point, I wasn't there. I don't know. It's his word against hers, and it is what it is. I'm glad she got out of it. I'm glad she is thriving and doing well for herself, moving right along. Here's my issue. Carlos King, come here. Come here. Here's my issue. Now, y'all know that Carlos, you know, he get on my nerves sometimes. But I really tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, Carlos, when the people were saying that you were biased and you were doing Mel dirty and you was biased towards Martell and you were this and you were that. I really tried. But when Melody said that they have footage of Martell, it was bad enough when y'all were in Vegas. We should have known that whatever the hell was going on in that house was worse than what we saw. Because we saw Marceau and somebody else and production literally, Marceau literally jumped out of the pool, damn near busted his ass because his feet were wet and everything from the pool, trying to run down that hallway to get Martell out of that room bothering Mel. We should have known it was deeper than what we saw on camera, because Marceau's reaction should have let us know it was deeper. But Melody said that Martell, not only was Martell back there browbeating her ass verbally, but then he proceeded to pick up these pillows and would just straight up like throwing them at her. Now, I know somebody might be like, pillow, what's the big deal with a pillow? That's not the point about whether it would hurt her or not. The point is that he felt like that was appropriate for him to throw things at her, that he was that angry to throw things at her. It didn't matter that it was a pillow, right? The fact that you had that footage, Carlos the King, and you chose not to air it, yet you didn't have no problem airing when Melody had that fucked up ass braided wig and threw that drink at Martell's head, you didn't have no problem showing us that. You didn't have no problem showing us that. Exactly, KD. Pillows don't leave marks. Yes, and they can hurt. If somebody hit you dead in the face, you ever been pillow fighting when y'all, especially when you was kids, you can hurt somebody with a pillow. I mean, come on now. But the fact, yes, Amir said, listen, Amir is one of my OGs up in here. Today is her birthday, so y'all know what to do. Flood that chat. Happy birthday, boo. I hope you have a great weekend. These Virgos, I tell you, these Virgos be tearing me up, honey. These Virgos be tearing me up. But listen, right, it's the intent. And the fact that you had that footage and you didn't have any problem with us seeing Mel lose control and damn near, because if Martell ain't moved fast enough, that cup really could have hit him. And it could have hurt him. So you didn't have no problem filming that, showing that footage. But hey, Busy, what's up, boo? But on the flip side, you have footage of Martell doing the same, or see, that's the shit. And Mel, baby, let me tell you one thing I love about Melody, formerly Melody Holt. I know she doesn't go by Holt anymore. Melody, child, what her new name? I know y'all know. I know y'all love and marriage people know. What her new name? Melody Rogers. Melody Rogers. Baby, Melody be holding on to shit until she ready to drop it. But baby, when she drop it, it be a kaboom. When Mel drops shit, it be a kaboom. Now she holds on to it. Oh, she gonna hold on to it. But baby, when Mel drop it, it be a kaboom. And I say that to say this. I don't think Mel is done emptying the clip. But I think the next time Mel come around that mountain, I think she coming for Carlos. I think she done with Martell, because Martell is what Martell. It is what it is with Martell. But the way she just casually threw that out there about production, I think the next time she come around that mountain, baby, I think she coming for Carlos. I'm just saying. She came for Carlos already. She implied. I ain't talking about that kind of stuff, Xavier. That she implied that Carlos used to flirt with Martell. That ain't. We've seen Carlos flirt with Martell. Like, that's not. I ain't talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about what she said, that production sat. She's told us before that production sat on footage that dealt with certain things. Look, I told y'all, and that's no disrespect. I ain't trying to bring up KeKe. May she continue to rest in peace. But KeKe's family was very pissed off at production. They felt like production exploited, that they knew that KeKe was struggling and they continued to exploit. And they were not very happy with how production handled KeKe. I don't think they blamed production for KeKe's passing, but I do think they feel like production played dirty, for lack of a better word. I don't want to put words in their mouth, child. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. We will see. All right. Hold on. for another woman scorned who I can appreciate how they're choosing to handle their business. Meg Thee Stallion, bring your ass down here. Come here, girl. Come here. Oh, speaking of which, was Cardi just trolling us, y'all? Cardi did a video that looked like she had on like a bodysuit. Was she trying to tell us that she wasn't really pregnant, that she was just trolling us? Is that what that video was? Y'all tell me. And have y'all heard the clip from Cardi's new song? Baby, I mean, I know we waited 50 years for this album, but baby, if that song is on that album with Outside, baby, that thing is some bangers. Okay, well, if she was trolling us, she got me. I admit, she got me. But Meg, come here, girl. Meg Thee Stallion, come on down here, girl. Baby, I'm not mad at you at all. Meg said, I'm going to get all y'all. Everybody that made my life hell for the 2 years that I was dealing with, what I was dealing with Tory, I'm coming for all of y'all. She's suing Milagros Grams. She had to depose. She did a deposition on with DJ Academics. And now it looks like she coming for Aiden Ross as well. Now, for those who don't know who Aiden Ross is another streamer. I feel like he's racist. I don't know if everybody else agrees, but I feel like he's a little racist. I don't know. I mean, you can't be a little racist. I feel like he's racist. But now he's trying to say that he has been, he said that Rock Nation is trying to serve him or lure him out of his house to serve him. And then he said that he cannot stream right now because of some legal issues, and that he's trying to get those things worked out. And a lot of people, the internet is buzzing saying it's because of Meg's lawsuit that is fucking up with his streaming. Right, send a mariachi band. That's right, yup. Send a mariachi band down to the man's house to lure him outside to serve him, child. But Meg told y'all that when she got done with Tory, she was coming for y'all. And y'all thought it was a joke. I don't understand why y'all made it up in y'all's mind that that woman was lying. And then y'all decided, and when I say y'all, I mean all these men. I know women did it too, but I ain't talking about the women right now. I'm talking about these men. All these men, y'all decided that this woman was lying. And then y'all decided that it was going to be y'all's business to put her in her place. Because that's what that was about. Y'all were trying to put her in her place. How dare you come for one of ours? And Aiden Ross, just like DJ Academics, just like Milagros Graham, made a lot of money talking about Meg was lying. And it wasn't just that Meg was lying. Y'all called that woman out her name. Y'all did some nasty shit. Okay? And I'm not mad at you, Meg. Baby, keep coming for him. Keep coming for him. You keep it coming. They cyberbullied that woman. Cardi could have normally won a whole smaller corset under that black one. It was just well made in terms of how the fabric lined up. Cardi could have normally worn a whole smaller corset under the black one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I still think Cardi pregnant, but that's just me. But it did look like she was trolling us, so. But I still think she was pregnant. We're gonna listen. What I tell y'all about a pregnancy, we're gonna find out sooner or later. We're gonna find out sooner or later. She is planning a whole tour, but that don't mean she ain't pregnant. I was behind you. You were talking about the Cardi video, and I think she's carrying too. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I still think she's pregnant, child. I think that she's just playing around with the rumors, but I think she's pregnant. She looked pregnant in all three of them damn outfits that she wore. And not only did she look pregnant, the clothes looked like maternity, like that white suit looked like a maternity suit. The way it's okay, Angela. So I just wanted to look, I just wanted to be like, well, make sure I was reading it. But just the way that suit looked like it was made. It looked like it was made as a maternity style. But we'll never know, honey. We'll never know. Offset will have a stroke. Well, he's gonna have to get ready to have a stroke. He better get ready to stroke out. All right. This last, I have two more things. Let me make sure. Oh, wait a minute. No, let's talk about K. Michelle once again is tweeting. Oh, sorry. I was gonna read the article on Aiden Ross and the mariachi band, child. We ain't got time for all that. Let me go. K. Michelle is once again dropping cryptic messages about what's going on down to the Real Housewives of Atlanta filming. K. Michelle tweeted out this. She says, if it takes a group plot, a rumor, or a scheme to bring me down when I'm coming in love, you already lost in the game and lost in life. And then it says, you have to be a sick person to plot and scheme on someone who is minding their business. And then it looks like her and Angela Oakley are no longer following each other. Now, let me say this. K girl, not K, not you, K. K, you step over there to the side. Angela, hey girl, come here. Angela, come here, boo. Now, Angela, I like you. Okay? I like you, Angela. But we all saw what happened last year towards the end of the season, how you floundered against the Phaedra. And we don't even like Phaedra that much. Let's call a thing, child. Most of us don't even like her that much. But we saw how you sort of fizzled. Even though I thought you were set up. I still think it was a setup. I don't think you were in cahoots against Phaedra, and I don't think Phaedra was in cahoots against you. I think them two boys was in cahoots against both of y'all. But that's just my opinion. But my point is, girl, you did not do a good job. You did not do a good job, girl. Okay? That's number one, okay? With that being said, if you couldn't handle Phaedra Parks, you don't want no parts of K. Michelle. Nope. And y'all, people can feel how they feel about K. Michelle, but what we never gonna do, not if you being honest, we ain't never gonna sit here and play like K. Michelle don't know how to play this reality TV game. That's what we never gonna do. And you can play, and you can pretend, and you can talk, and you can lie to yourself. But what we ain't never gonna do is act like K. Michelle don't know how to play this reality TV game. Angela, I don't know what is happening down there to the Real Housewives of Atlanta filming. I don't know what is happening. But what I do know is you don't want it with K. Michelle. Now, right, K. Michelle will write a song about you, Angela. You, Charles. Can you imagine the song that K. Michelle would write about Angela and Charles Oakley? Abort mission. Abort mission, abort. Whatever you're doing, Angela, stop it. I beg of thee. I beg of thee. You don't want it. K. Michelle. Want to hear it? Here it go. Baby, she going to tear your ass up. And now listen, I could be wrong. K. Michelle might be a little soft these days. K. Michelle she may not want to play that game no more. She may be a little soft these days. But let me be honest. Let me just tell you, and I'm just going to tell you the truth. You don't want the K Michelle that we left off with. Now, we might have a kind of gentler K Michelle. She married now. She a little more mature. Maybe we don't want it. But the fact that she keep coming down here to the internet tells me it's the same K Michelle. Angela, abort mission. Abort mission. Moving right along. See, I thought that they was talking about I thought they was talking about the shit, I can't even get it out now, child. I thought they was talking about Porsha or Kelly or somebody. All right, I don't know the whole story, and I really haven't done any of the research, but it looks like allegedly Danielle D. Spencer, aka D from a Different World, who just passed a few weeks ago. It looks like there is some family drama involving her former husband, David L. David, and her family. There was a YouTube video. It looks like her former husband has started a YouTube channel or a Facebook page or something. And it looks like, according to her family, that he is allegedly exploiting her memory. I'm just going to read you this. This came from her brother. And it does look like it's her actual brother. What did I say? What's happening? What TV show did I say? Y'all know it's What's Happening. What TV show did I say? These from What's Happening, though. I don't know what TV show I said. But I know she from What's Happening. I must have just said the wrong. What show I say she was from? But I mean What's Happening. What's Happening. What show did I say, y'all? Oh, y'all know it, because y'all know I got this Different World shirt on. I got my Different World shirt on. My bad. Different World was on my mind. My bad. I got my Different World shirt on, y'all. My bad. What's Happening? She's from What's Happening. But I'm gonna just read y'all what this is what her brother said. Her brother, his name is Jeremy Pelly the Griot. I don't know. It says, wow. For those of you fans that follow my sister on social media and are aware of this sad ass nigga on Facebook. First of all, sir, the way you started that message off, okay. I'm going to read it again. Hold on. He said, wow. For those of you fans that follow my sister on social media and are aware of this sad ass nigga on Facebook, let me just say that this is a new low. I get asked every day how I'm feeling, and I've pretty much manufactured the short, trite, but truthful answer of some days are better than others. Through all of this, as a regular life, my mother and I always treated Dee's passing as any of you would. God forbid you lost your daughter or sister. And indeed, many of you have already experienced this profound loss. But because of her notoriety, we can't ignore her celebrity and lasting impact on pop culture and on Black pop culture in particular, which is why grieving is a whole other level when it involves a celebrity/public figure. Death brings about many emotions, but chief amongst them is greed and pettiness. I'll say that Danny, like all of us, was human and prone to bad decisions. The sad piece of shit, David L. David, was one of them. No one liked him. No one. My sister was always someone that always saw people differently. God bless her in heaven. It is completely reprehensible that this nigga is so starved for his 15 minutes of fame that he's taking advantage of her name and her passing. First, by continuing to sell t-shirts with her name and likeness. He was doing this unbeknownst to us even while she was still alive. And now he's taken to podcasts. How pathetic can you get? We are working on shutting this asshole down, and I trust that there's a special room in hell where he will retire before long. Mr. David L. David, you might want to stop whatever it is that you're doing, sir. But this is her ex-boyfriend. I mean, not ex, but this is her ex-husband. It looks like he did a video called "The Story of Danielle Spencer and David L. David: A Marriage Gone Wrong." So it looks like he started a whole YouTube channel dedicated to telling their story. So yeah. Shout out to Sesame Street. The Sesame Street Library is coming to YouTube. It says beginning in January of 2026, YouTube will have the largest digital library of Sesame Street content, with hundreds of full episodes coming to the Sesame Street channels. Join us as we help children everywhere grow smaller, stronger, kinder, one episode at a time. So for all of you who grew up on Sesame Street like I did, who love Sesame Street, and who want to help Sesame Street continue to impact children's lives, please make sure that you guys tune in January of this year. Subscribe to all of the Sesame Street channels, even if it's just to support the platform. I lost my sister. If someone was exploiting her name for profit in the first few months after she passed, I might be in prison, not even exaggerating. Listen, y'all know I lost a brother, and I would say ditto. I would say ditto. Quiet as it's kept, none of this is our business. I agree. I only report what the people put me in. Listen, when you put it on the internet, you have put me in your business. If don't nobody tell me, I don't know. But I agree. This is family business. But you done brought me in it. Okay? You done brought me in it. You done came down here to the socials. So. All right. Let's talk about this Angie Stone lawsuit. Now, you guys know we lost the icon Angie Stone a few months ago. I think it was March. To a car accident, and quiet as kept and loud as it is, I kind of felt like we were going to end up here. You know what? You wrong. Felicia, you are wrong. Now will Tamar be featured? You wrong. You are wrong. With the Muppet. See? I kind of felt like we were going to end up here only because we know that it was a horrible car accident. It happened that night. They were traveling. She was trying to get from one gig to another gig in a short amount of time. And when things like that happen, people cut corners, right? And I'm not accusing anybody of cutting corners. I'm just saying I knew there would definitely be an investigation. And I probably felt like I thought we would end up with a lawsuit, whether the lawsuit was legitimate or not. Also, whenever people are dealing with death, especially sudden death, and they're looking for somebody to blame, you know. So let me read through this. You on your way to go get your crabs?
Not yet. I'm going to look for my umbrella.
Oh, it's supposed to rain today?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay, good, because I won't get my car washed. So I'm still fighting with these birds in front of my house. I done got my car washed probably 3 times in the last 3 weeks, child. Anyway. I know for some of y'all are like, I wash my car every week. Well, I'm not. I'm not one of those people that wash my car every week. Okay. The family of late R&B legend Angie Stone is taking legal action following the tragic Alabama car crash that claimed her life in March. Court documents obtained reveal that Stone's 2 children, Diamond and Michael D'Angelo Archer, filed a wrongful death lawsuit in Gwinnett County, Atlanta, against the drivers, a trucking company, and a truck manufacturer connected with the deadly collision. According to court documents, Angie initially survived when the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van carrying her and her team overturned after the driver lost control. While Good Samaritans were able to rescue 5 of the 9 passengers from the wreckage, Angie was still inside, struggling to free herself. Oh no, that's sad. Reportedly, moments later, a tractor trailer hauling a load of sugar reportedly slammed into the van, ejecting her from the vehicle and pinning her underneath. My God. The lawsuit further claims the truck driver failed to pay proper attention to the road and that the tractor trailer's collision multi-ligation system did not function as it should have. Wow. The lawsuit alleges that she endured conscious suffering before ultimately passing away on the scene. So she actually lived initially. Wow. Not your Uber driver think he playing. Well, maybe this ain't the story you need to be listening to while you in the Uber and he playing Mario Kart. At the time of the crash, Angie was traveling home after a performance in Mobile, Alabama. Her daughter Diamond confirmed the heartbreaking loss shortly after the accident, writing on Facebook, "My mommy is gone," alongside crying emojis. Y'all, that is, I thought, I remember hearing that happened, but there was so many stories that came out after the car crash. I didn't know what was real and what wasn't. And I honestly didn't go back to do the research to find out. But that is so sad. So she survived the initial car crash. So had that tractor trailer not hit them, she might still be alive. Wow. Wow. That's really sad. Pam, I know, went through the lawsuit. So if y'all want to hear the details of the actual lawsuit, y'all go over there to Pam's channel. She did the live yesterday evening. So if y'all want to hear, she said she didn't go through every single part because it is a pretty lengthy lawsuit. But she did go through it. So if you guys want to hear the details of the actual lawsuit, y'all can go over there. That's so sad. Wow. It's one thing for somebody to pass away in a car accident, but then to know that they could have lived had. And then if it comes to be proven that this driver did not do something that he could have done to prevent it, or that the truck somehow failed that could have prevented it, that definitely puts your grief in a different space, you know? At least for me, it would. They're also suing the driver of the van she was riding in. Okay. See, that's the lawsuit I thought was coming. I thought the lawsuit was coming against the person who was driving. Yeah. I'm glad the actual, and that's why Kimberly, it's same thing with me. There was so many different stories that came out. That's why I didn't know those details, because I heard so many stories when it first happened. I just never went back to, separate the fact from fiction. I just never did. Now this last little situation is just a rant. It's a rant, okay? And I was going to do a separate video, and I still might, but I figured I'm just going to go live, and if I decide to clip this and just upload this over on my review channel separately, I might. But I told y'all I was not, okay, let me rewind. I told y'all that I am a fan. Hold on, let me write the timestamp down in case I decide to clip this. Hold on, where's my piece of paper? Where's my need a piece of paper? Where are we? Okay, so I told you guys that I love Todd Chrisley. I absolutely love Todd Chrisley. And I told y'all that I always, that I was sort of on the fence with this whole thing. I was on the fence about whether he was guilty or innocent. I mean, we talked a little bit about what happened in the case, and when you start getting into money, moving and laundering, and who did this and who didn't do that, I don't know. But I was sad, to see how things went down, right? And then let me say this. I'm not mad at his daughter for doing everything in her power to get her parents out of jail. If that meant dancing with the devil, then dance with the devil, right? Pam said something like that on her channel the other day. She said, listen, if I have a client, and if I have to go to Donald Trump and Donald Trump is going to get him a pardon, then oh well, I'm going to let Donald Trump give him a pardon. Like, it is what it is. I'm going to do what I need to do for my client. So I want to be clear. I was never upset, and I'm not upset if she danced with the devil to get her parents out of jail. Full stop. Full stop. My question was always, was she really dancing with the devil, or is this somebody she was cool with that just did something. Like, does she think that Donald Trump is the devil, or is she MAGA? Like, are you playing MAGA, or are you really MAGA? Because for me, maybe not for none of y'all, for me, there's where my issue is, right? And then I have to say, well, are Todd and Julie MAGA? Or are they playing MAGA? Now, to be fair, I've never heard Todd and Julie speak on that one way or the other. Now, of course, Todd thanked Donald Trump. I mean, as he should have. Donald Trump got your ass out of jail. But I never understood whether it was real or not. So that is where my dilemma was. And when we talked about Candy interviewing him, that is sort of where I was still kind of like, I don't know, because I don't know, right? You see what I'm saying? Now, at the end of the day, it's really not my business. I mean, let's just be clear. Who you support politically is your political business. But I choose to not support to the best of my ability, because it will be hard to cut off everything, but to the best of my ability, I choose to not support. I certainly don't have to watch your television show, to the best of my ability, right? I think all of us overlap with MAGA because it's kind of hard not to, because they have infiltrated big business so much. So that is where my dilemma was, right? So I told y'all I was not going to watch the show. I wasn't going to watch the show, even though I love me some Todd and Julie. I always found them to be entertaining. I told y'all I was not going to watch the show. However, TikTok did what TikTok does, and I came across a clip from the show, and I fell into the black hole. Okay, anybody that's on TikTok knows all you have to do is watch one video all the way through. Hell, you ain't even got to watch it all the way through. You just got to sit there and watch it too long, and it's going to show you 10 more videos, right? So I saw the first clip from the show. And by the end of last night, before I went to bed, I started to go live last night. That's how I fell into the rabbit hole. They MAGA light. Okay, Mo Walk. I like that MAGA light. That's how deep I fell into the rabbit hole last night, baby. I started to go live last night to have this conversation. Let me say this. Right, Xavier. They were tearing Savannah up, and I had to see why. I think that's what got me too. I think the first clip I saw was them talking about how terrible Savannah was to her family. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Let me see what happened. Let me say this. I think Savannah really is MAGA. I think Grayson, the youngest son, I think he really is MAGA. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can a pardon be revoked once it's given? I don't think a pardon can be revoked, but they can certainly come back and find other things to charge you with. But I don't think a pardon can be revoked. No, I don't think so. I don't know that to be a 100% fact. I just don't think so. So this is what I'm going to say. Couple of things I want to talk about. And here's the thing. Just when I started, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. The more and more clips I watched, the more and more I was sort of kind of getting into what was happening and learning information. And I was starting to get intrigued by what was happening. The more and more, and then they almost got me, y'all. I'm telling you, they almost got me. They almost got me. And then they showed a clip of Savannah wearing a MAGA hat. I said, well, y'all almost had me. Y'all almost had me, but I just don't want to watch a show where I have to watch these people with MAGA hats on and MAGA sweatshirts and talking about speaking at, the correspondence dinner. I don't want to do it. And I ain't gonna. Now, let's talk about what's actually happening on the show, though. The show is a docuseries. It is not a reality show, and it's certainly not because their reality show was scripted reality, right? It was really their family. It was really following them around, but a lot of those situations were scripted. A lot of the storylines were scripted, very much like Run's House, and it wasn't straight up what's the word I'm looking for? It was scripted reality, right? But this is more of a docuseries. So it started filming prior to Todd and Julie getting out. I don't know everything because, again, I did not watch the shows and I certainly didn't watch them in order. I just watched a bunch of clips, but this is what I picked up on. You have Savannah, Chase, Grayson, which is the youngest son. Chase is the oldest son. Savannah's in the middle. You have the granddaughter / daughter that they're raising. Oh, Lord, why I forget the girl's name? Lord, I done forgot the little black girl's name. What's the black girl, y'all? The granddaughter. Then you have Nanny Faye, who's the mother who was on the show, Todd's mother. But for the first time, Chloe, thank you, Chloe. But for the first time, we get to meet Julie's parents. Now, when I say for the first time, I think they were probably on the show here or there for, like, you know, Christmas or a family cookout or something. But we didn't really get a chance to meet them. Now, Julie's daddy is a Southern preacher. And Julie's daddy is just like pretty much every other 70, 80-year-old man I know. Because let me tell you something. Love my daddy to death. But my daddy say whatever he thinking. And what you going to do about it? Because he's 70. My daddy's 80. What you going to do about it? So, baby, the father, Julie's daddy, said straight up, well, you know, when we first met him, we thought he was sassy. I said, so Julie daddy then straight up told us when they first met Todd, they thought he was gay. They thought he was sassy, he said. We thought he was sassy. Baby, that thing cracked me up when he said sassy, because I'm sure behind closed doors he didn't say sassy. He probably said sissy. But he said sassy. He did not. Or maybe he did. No, wait a minute. Maybe he did call him a sissy. Maybe I'm saying sassy. Maybe he did call him a sissy. He used one of them S words. He just said sassy or sissy. This ain't a review, child. I'm just going by my memory. Didn't Todd say when he was in prison that black people don't have the same rights as him, and he's upset about it probably because his boyfriend? Oh Lord, y'all get me reading this stuff. Okay, but I think he might have said sissy. Wait a minute. What's going on with my internet, y'all? Hold on, I'm behind. Hold on, y'all. Let me pause. Something's going on with my internet. Hold on. All right, let me find out what's going on. Okay, I don't know. There's a delay. Let me go out and come back in, y'all. It's some sort of delay. Let me go out and come back in. Is that bad? No, it's still a delay. I don't know what's going on. It's still a delay going on. I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to just turn my camera off because we almost done. I want to get this out. I'm going to just turn the camera off so y'all just hear me, but y'all don't have to worry about seeing me. Okay. All right, we'll just finish it up like this, y'all. Porsha got a new man. Oh, okay. So let me just say this. So here's where my energy level was last night with the whole Savannah Chrisley thing. Savannah's a bitch. I mean, can I just be blunt about it? Savannah's nasty. Savannah's a bitch, right? But here's what I also think. By the end of the night, my opinion went from one extreme to the other, right? By the end of the night, my opinion, what up, nephew? By the end of the night, my opinion had changed a little bit. And here's where my opinion changed a little bit. I still feel like she's a bitch. Now, let's be clear. I don't think that's going to change. I think she's a bitch. I think she's nasty. I think she's a nasty person. We saw her be nasty to all of her grandparents. She's nasty to Nanny Faye. She said something to Nanny Faye about Nanny Faye getting out of her house and getting on her nerves. And I just feel like that's just not how you talk to your grandparents. I just think that's rude. We saw her talking to Julie's parents, where she was like, she basically was saying they couldn't stand my father. Don't let them lie to you and tell you they liked my dad. But but Julie's dad let us know, Lord, we thought he was gay. So I'm sure they didn't like him at first if they thought he was gay, you know. But her father said himself that honestly, because Julie had actually gotten pregnant before they got married. And they were getting ready to get married. And Todd said he went to her dad and said, listen, I'm not marrying your daughter because she's pregnant. I'm marrying your daughter because she's the love of my life. And she, I don't see myself with anybody but her. So he said point blank why he was, like what it was. Oh, okay. Y'all, while I was gone, y'all done had to start having a whole conversation about Porsha. All right. So then her and Chase are no longer close, right? Now, what it looks like is, Todd had just gotten recently divorced before he met. Because for a long time the rumor was that Julie was the other woman and broke up his marriage. But I think we pretty much debunked that. It's all good. No, y'all are fine. Y'all are good having a conversation, child. Y'all good talking about Porsha. So, but what we find out is that Chase basically, hey, Papo, thank you for the super chat, my love. Thank you so much. But basically, we found out that Chase ended up having an alcohol problem, right? He's an alcoholic. And he also went into a deep depression. He said literally the day his parents were convicted, the show was canceled. And he said, I didn't know what my life was without the show. And I didn't know how to deal without the show. This literally, he had been doing reality TV since he was 16 years old. He was 26 when his parents went to jail. And he was like, I did not know what to do without the show. And so he spoke about that, and he talked about his depression, and he spoke about the alcoholism. And I believe he actually even got arrested for drunk driving or something like that. So they played a clip of that. Grayson, the youngest son, he basically went through high school with, his high school years. He quit baseball because he said his mother had never missed a baseball game. And so he really couldn't see himself playing without his mother being there. So he quit baseball. He's at the University of Alabama now. And Chloe does not want to be on reality TV. She's going through her teen years. And there was a clip where Chloe and Savannah was sort of arguing, and Chloe said something about cameras being in her face all the time and how she doesn't want cameras in her face. But I'm sure this is how they're trying to make money, right? Savannah she's angry because she feels like nobody helped her. She feels like when the parents left, Everybody sort of did their own thing. And honestly, it was basically just her and Grayson, and nobody helped her do anything. Grayson said he pretty much gave up his high school years to help take care of his little sister. He said, I picked her up and dropped her off from school every day. I was sort of a pseudo guy, guardian. And then, of course, Savannah was her legal guardian. Julie's mom was actually was Chloe's nanny before they went to jail. And I don't know why she stopped being the nanny. She never really explained that. But it seems like, the oldest daughter, they don't fuck with at all. The oldest daughter allegedly was cooperated with the feds against them. Well, not the feds. Yeah, the feds. The oldest daughter cooperated with the feds. So they don't fuck with her at all. Lindsay, I think. Their oldest daughter's name is Lindsay, I believe. So let me say this. And I had mixed feelings because in the beginning, I really hate, y'all know I hate not being on camera. Yeah, I can't. It's that delay is just going to distract me. But here's my issue. And again, I have not watched every episode, so I don't know every conversation that has been said. But because Todd and Julie knew they were going to jail, it seems to me like certain things were put in place before they left, or should have been put in place before they left. It wasn't like they got picked up on the street and were in jail for the duration. They literally turned themselves in after their conviction, like most federal cases do. So they had time to put their affairs in order. So the fact that Savannah was in charge, it wasn't by default. It wasn't because, it was a conversation that I'm sure the family had of who was better suited, who was in the better position, and what that was going to look like, right? So I do not think that, Savannah, you just fell on the sword and that's what it was. I'm sure that Chase was not in a position to watch nobody's kids. And that's why Chase, even though Chase is the oldest, Chase probably wasn't the more mature or the more settled down one, especially if he was dealing with alcoholism. Right. It was the plan. So now you're angry with the whole family because you feel like nobody helped you. But here's what I believe. I don't know this to be a fact, but here is what I believe. I believe that people offered to help you, but they didn't offer to do it the way you wanted them to do it or what you wanted them to do. See, here's the reality. If somebody reaches out to you and says, "What do you need from me?" Savannah seems like the kind of person, based on the clips that I saw, she seems like the kind of person that told people, "Don't worry about it, I got it. Don't worry about it, I got it." Because Savannah wants to be the martyr. Savannah wants to play martyr. She wants to say, if it wasn't for me, if I didn't do this, if I didn't do that, if I wasn't the one. She wants to be that person. So I don't believe for 1 minute that people didn't reach out to help her. I don't believe that. What I do believe is that people didn't reach out the way you wanted them to reach out and offer to do what you wanted them to do. That's my opinion. And I don't know that to be a fact. But based on those clips I saw and I heard those people talking in their confessionals, it does not sound like those people did not offer to help you. Now, in every clip I saw, it says that this is the first time that the family has been together since Todd and Julie went to jail. I refuse to believe that the minute Todd and Julie went to jail, the family abandoned you. Why is this the first time you sitting down and y'all having a family dinner when the cameras are rolling? You mean to tell me y'all didn't think that y'all was ready to sit down and have a family dinner till the cameras came around? No, I don't believe that was by accident. I believe that Savannah made those decisions. Savannah said there were times when she didn't know how they were going to eat food, or how they were going to eat the next day. I'm not going to say that money wasn't funny. That is not what I'm going to say. Because I'm sure money got funny. But when people have never had to deal with poverty, and people have never had to really deal with where's my next meal coming from, your definition of where my next meal is coming from and I can't even say because I ain't never had to deal with that either. But the next person's definition of where's my next meal coming from, it ain't always the same. And the reason why I say that is this. Nanny Faye is still living in that nice ass townhouse in that gated community, because I saw a clip where they showed Nanny Faye's house, and she is still living in that nice ass townhouse in that gated community that Todd put her in. And Savannah and Chloe are still living in that nice ass house that they were living in. You, girl, what you mean you got to figure out where your next meal is coming from? I'm sure even if that house was paid off, I'm sure the electric bill, the water bill, girl, what you mean? What you mean? Right. I think it might have been a conversation of where we going to Uber eat from tomorrow. It might have been a situation of I got a refrigerator full of food that I don't know how to cook tomorrow. Money, there you go, Diamond Pearl. Money low and poverty are two different things. There you go. Boom. And then when they show a clip from Grayson's room from the house that they're living in, that boy had stacks and stacks and stacks of shoe boxes, like of shoes. Again, I'm not saying that there weren't some days where things got rough. I can't say it didn't happen that way. But not knowing where my next meal coming from, I think you might be exaggerating a little bit, girl. I think you might be exaggerating a little bit, girl. Doing a bit much. Now, again, like I said, I don't believe for 1 minute that nobody reached out to her. I just think they didn't reach out the way she wanted them to. Julie was telling a story. I saw this clip, and this is recently. This is after they've been out. Ooh, and you got to see Julie straight out of jail. Remember, we didn't see no clips of Julie when she got out of jail? Baby, we saw Julie with that brown hair, honey. I think it was a wig, though. I still think that was a wig. I don't think that was. But, baby, we see Julie before Julie went back and got her hair dyed and all that stuff. Baby, we saw Julie in that brown hair. But Julie still look good. I ain't going to lie to y'all. Julie still look good. But let me say this. And the old episodes were being streamed on YouTube. And she had a YouTube channel. And she had a podcast. Like, we're not going to sit here and act like she wasn't making no money. Like, girl, stop it. Now, were you living the way Can y'all hear me? Okay. I think y'all can hear me. Sorry about that, y'all. Child, the computer died on me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I think my the I think there's a short in this cord. It's child, I'm always having some sort of technical issues. I think it's a short in this cord because I thought that my computer was charging all this time and I really wasn't paying attention. But I don't have any battery on this thing, but now it's showing that it's charging again. So I think there's a short in this cord. Cause I thought it was charging, but it looks like it's not. Anyway, child, let me go on and just shut this thing down, child. It's acting a fool. I'm on my phone now. I just didn't want to leave y'all hanging, honey. I just didn't want to leave y'all hanging, child. Right? They don't want me to be great. It's Savannah. Savannah did that. Savannah did that, honey. But I just want to say this honestly, and maybe we will just have a more in-depth conversation about just this. It didn't make. Now I'm being honest. It did not make me want to go watch the show. I might just keep doing what I've been doing and just watching clips, but it does make me feel like, oh, I knew what I was going to tell y'all. I saw a clip of Julie recently on the podcast. Her and Todd were talking about the adjustments that they've had to make now that they're home. And one of the things that they said was that one of the adjustments that they've had to make is reminding Savannah that they're the parents and they're back and that she's not in charge anymore. And she was telling the story about how Savannah wouldn't let Chloe take her lunch to school. That Savannah wouldn't let Chloe take her lunch to school. For whatever reason, Savannah told Chloe no. Well, now that Mama Bear is home, Julie is home. I guess I guess Julie was like, "What's the big deal with her taking her lunch to school? Like, who cares?" And so Julie wanted it was this lunchbox that Chloe wanted. I think Chloe's like in the 7th grade, so it was just like a lunch. It wasn't like a character lunchbox. It was like like one of those lunchboxes that had all the different compartments and stuff that she wanted. And so Julie went to go buy it for her, and Savannah had the nerve to tell her no, she doesn't need that. And Julie had to remind her, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I wasn't asking your permission. I was telling you. I wasn't asking. I was telling." So, they were talking about that. Um, Chase was saying, and this is the other part that I think that was pissing me off too, is I think that everybody dealt with the loss in their own way. And um the thing about Chase becoming an alcoholic and going through a depression, he wasn't in a position to help you, Savannah. And I understand that you might feel like that's kind of fucked up that he didn't help you. But if this man was struggling with being an alcoholic and struggling with just getting out of the bed every day, and when people say depression, we don't know how deep that depression went. And to be honest with you, if you watch the clips, just go watch the clips on TikTok. He looked like he's still depressed. Chase looks like he's still dealing with a depression. And Savannah was like, he's not sober. Look at him. Look at him. If he was sober, he wouldn't look the way he looks. He's not sober. No, he doesn't look the way he looked when y'all were filming a television show. No, he doesn't have the makeup and the Botox. And no, he's not perfectly groomed every day. But I think this might be who he is. I do think this is who he is. I don't know. But she was like, he's not sober. If he was sober, he wouldn't look the way he looks. Um, Exactly, Mo Walker. And why would you want an alcoholic? And she said, "Well, I offered him help, but he didn't want it." Well, a lot of people who have addiction in their life have offered help, but we all know what that looks like. Ain't nobody gonna take the help until they're ready to take the help. Chase is dating somebody that nobody seems to like. The family doesn't like her. And maybe the family doesn't, again, I ain't watched every episode, so I don't know. But maybe the family doesn't like her because maybe they feel like she enables Chase or something. I don't know. But Savannah can't stand her. And Nanny Faye didn't really like her either. But she was like, well, let's give her a chance. If Chase loves her, let's give her a chance. And Savannah was like, that's stupid. See, that just goes to show how stupid he is. If he thinks he wants to marry her, that's just stupid. And Chase's fiance broke up with him. Okay, so yeah, so he lost his parents, he lost his job, and it sounds like he lost his fiance all within what, maybe a couple of months of each other. it's a lot to process. And I'm not saying that he handled everything well, but what I'm saying is everybody handled things differently. And I just think it's kind of messed up for Savannah to be so cold towards everybody can't be wrong. It can't be that everybody abandoned you. Like, I just don't believe that. I don't believe that nobody helped you. I just, because everybody has said that she has control issues. Everybody has said that Savannah has control issues and it has to be her way or no way. And then, like I said, and then as soon as I started thinking, well, maybe I will go watch a couple of these full episodes, because, when you watch the clip, you don't get everything. Then they showed a clip with Savannah with a Make America Great. I said, Lord. And then Chase had on a MAGA hat. And then the son had on the MAGA. I said, all of them got this MAGA shit on. I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Um, from one of the clips that I looked at, it sounds like Savannah didn't even tell Chase when Todd was being released. He said, I would like to have been there. I would like to have been able to go see my dad as he was getting out of jail. So it sounds like Savannah didn't even tell him what was happening. He was on the outside, which I think is kind of fucked up. So I don't know. And then the fact that you got that black girl, it's that MAGA stuff around that little girl. It just don't sit right in my spirit. It just don't sit right in my spirit, y'all. But anyway, so it has started coming. I think it comes on Lifetime, and like I said, it's not a reality show. It's more of a docuseries. It's more of a docuseries. Um. So yeah, yeah. So anyway, y'all, let me get off of here. I don't know what's going on. I think the computer died because I think the battery was dying. But again, and maybe that's why I started lagging like that. But I honestly thought I know I had it plugged in, but maybe it must be a short. So I have another charger. I'll just have to take the charger from upstairs and bring it down here. And then I'll just have to order me another charger, child. But anyway, it's always something. It's always something. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Um, I will probably be over on the review channel later on today. So meet me over there. Other than that, I'll talk to y'all later. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button on your way out. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.